Hi friends, welcome to Great Indian Cooking. Today we are going to see yet another wonderful dish from the state of Punjab, which is Shahi Paneer. Shahi means royalty and Paneer, which came from the Persian word paneer, which means cottage cheese. So unlike any other dish like chole, Shahi Paneer, tikka, everything came from Persia through the Silk Road. We think that most of the dishes actually was invented in India, but that's not the truth. All these royal delicacies came from Persia through the Silk Road. Let's see what all things we require. Of course, for Shahi Paneer, we need paneer, which means cottage cheese 200 grams, butter 50 grams, oil 2 teaspoons, cashews 8 numbers, onion 2 numbers, tomatoes 5 numbers, garlic 4, cinnamon stick 1 inch, peppercorn 8 to 9, cloves 5 numbers, green cardamom 3 numbers, bay leaf 1, fresh cream 100 ml and salt to taste. So I've added homemade butter into this pan. So if you need recipe for homemade butter, please comment so that I can provide you the recipe. To prevent the butter from burning, I've added 2 teaspoons of oil, because we do not want the butter to be burnt in any case, because burnt butter will give a pungent taste to the gravy and you don't want that taste to prevail in your gravies. So just be careful in this step, because this is the important step where the butter should not be burnt. So once the butter melts, then we are going to add all the spices, which is going to give a good aroma to the gravy. Keep your flame in low, because we should not get the butter burnt, like as I told before. Butter shouldn't become ghee actually. So butter should be just melted, that is it. So melted butter would give a creamy texture to any gravies. And this is the base for any Shahi gravy, whatever you call it. So that's going to, even for paneer tikka, butter paneer masala, even the non-veg dishes like butter chicken, all these things would be cooked in the same gravy. So in the butter I've added 3 cardamoms, and then I have put some peppercorns and 1 inch cinnamon stick, and to that I'm adding cloves 5 to 6 numbers. And after this spices leave the aroma in the oil, I'm adding cashews. So you can actually put cashews, or you can replace the cashews with melon seeds, because sometimes people would be allergic to cashews, so you can add melon seeds instead of cashews. Also in the restaurants, if you see, they will not add cashews to the gravy, they will only add melon seeds. So let's wait for this cashews to fry it a little bit, then we will add the onion and tomatoes into it. So while cooking the spices, if you see, this aroma would be left over in the butter and oil. So that is the correct smell which we need. I'm adding to it 3 garlic. People who do not like the garlic smell, they can actually avoid this. I'm going to add largely cut onions. There is no need of finely chopped, because we are going to grind it. So if you are cutting the onions in big pieces, that's fine. I'm adding now the tomatoes which I cut. Guys, usually we add salt to cook the onions and tomatoes. So that is not necessary right now, because if you close this and cook it, it's going to become mushy. As I told you earlier, onion tomatoes frying is important step in any gravy, because that is going to give you the body and a nice good taste for this gravy, for any gravy for that matter. So it is better that you take time to cook the onion tomatoes without burning them or without undercooking them. So let's mix it in the mixer grinder. I'm adding to the mixture and letting it to cool for a little bit. While I'm mixing, I added a little bit of milk also. You can also substitute water to it. Just because this is a royal dish and a creamy dish, I'm adding water. Instead of water, I'm added milk to it. You can also do the same. I usually add butter and oil to fry this and make it into a gravy, because while you're frying the onion tomatoes, if you're adding butter, it will give a creamy texture to the gravy, which is very much required for this. So I'm adding very little oil to fry the masalas, because we have all a lot of butter and oil while frying the onions and tomatoes. So I'm just going to add green chilies. If you are not a spicy person like me, you can avoid this step. So just fry it a little bit, because it's going to be fried along with the gravy. I've added Kashmiri chilies and coriander powder. So I'm just going to saute it little bit in this oil. That is it. Do not let it burn. On a safer side, what you can do is, while the pan is hot, you can just switch off the stove and then add this grind masala into it. Mind your hands, because this gravy would pop a lot, so it is better that you keep a distance to this gravy. Add a little bit of water to it, because the gravy is very thick. So I'm adding a salt. As per your taste, you can add salt. See, the gravy is now bubbling. I will add a little bit of water to it after frying the masala a little bit, because the rawness of this gravy base and the masala which we added, the dry powders like chili powder and coriander powder, has to be fried. Can you see the shine on the gravy while I'm stirring it? This is the shine which comes in any Shahi gravy which the Mughlais make, because this shine actually gives the creamy texture to the gravy. Just stir it a little bit. All these Shahi items, the royal items, came from Persia to India, and we all think that Shahi paneer, paneer tikka, all this came to India. We only made it and we are the inventors of it. No guys, these are all made in Persia and came through the Silk Road. I've added homemade paneer, so if you need a recipe for homemade paneer, let me know. So cover and cook guys, because this gravy would sputter a lot. So can you see the oil separated? Now I'm adding the kasuri methi. Always crush the kasuri methi and add it to the gravy. And I feel the gravy is very thick. You have to cook this paneer a little bit, so that the spice and the salt goes into the paneer. I've added homemade cream also. So if you want the recipe for that, you can let me know. I'll give you the recipe for homemade butter, cream and paneer. I've added a little bit of milk to it, because the gravy is too thick to have. You can, in the same base, you can add paneer, you can add potatoes, you can add mushroom. So guys, the Shahi paneer is ready to be served. It is red hot piping, but this is not a spicy dish. I have added spice through the green chilies. If you want, avoid it. Garnish it with a little bit of coriander, and that is it guys. The Shahi paneer is ready. Just sprinkle a little bit of fresh cream on top of it to just add a little extra creaminess to the gravy. And that's it. The Shahi paneer is ready. I hope you like all my recipes. Please subscribe, like, and do not forget to click on the bell button, because it will get reminded of what the next recipe I'm going to make. And thank you so much guys. With your comments and with your feedback, I'm able to improve every bit of in my every video. And my friends have commented that the audio was not fine. I've improved it. Light is